Hi everyone, I'm Maddie from Stride and Edge, and today I bring you a full 60-minute Vinyasa class. And this class is really fun. It's kind of an all-rounder class. We'll be building up a little bit of heat, stretching out through the backs of the legs and those hips. And in today's class, we're going to be using a yoga strap. And if you don't have a yoga strap, that's absolutely fine. You can just use either a hand towel or a dressing gown belt is a really great alternative for that. So if you want to pause the video and grab that now, that's fine. But I hope you do enjoy this class. Let me know how you get on with all those leg balances, if it was a bit of fun. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. So we've got so many classes to come. We've got lots of short classes, lots of long classes. And let me know which ones you prefer. If you like the shorter ones or if you like these longer ones, or if you like a bit of both. It's always great to have this feedback. And if you ever fancy joining any of our our live classes, and I'll put all the information in the description below for you to check that out. But I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you back on the mat. Right, we're starting today's class lying down on our backs, taking yourself down to your mat. Get yourself nice and comfortable, and you can either have your legs out long and then just place your hands on top of your stomach, or if you want a little bit of a hip opener straight away, we can bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees fall apart, just letting gravity take those knees down, opening up through the hips. But then wherever we are, just have our eyes closed. Just starting to bring awareness to the body and to the breath. Forgetting about what's happened in the day up to now or what you've got to do after this. We're just focusing on ourselves, being present. Letting that breath coming in through the nose, into the belly, and then out through the mouth. And again, inhaling in through the nose. And then exhaling out through the mouth. And again, nice long inhale into the belly. And then another little bit of air all the way up into the chest. And then exhale out through the mouth. Really starting to deepen that breath. Inhale. This time keep that mouth closed. Exhale out through the nose. And again, inhaling. And exhaling. And then from here, just gently start to open those eyes. Start to bring that right knee into the chest. Let that left leg go out long if it wasn't. And you can draw that knee in, just give it a little rock side to side, working into that hip. And then take that knee all the way over towards the left. Find this gentle twist through the spine. And then bring yourself back through center. Squeeze it in. And then from here we will take a hold of that yoga strap. And I want you to take it and just wrap it around your foot. And then start to extend that foot up towards the ceiling. So taking a hold of that strap, flexing that foot, inhaling here. As you exhale, start to walk your hands up the strap, or drawing that leg in a little bit closer. So starting to feel that nice opening in the backs of the legs. Inhaling here. Exhale, just pull down a little bit more. Keeping those shoulders grounded on the mat, that back nice and flat. Inhale. And exhale. Now from here, take your left hand onto your left hip and still holding that strap with that right hand. We're slowly going to start to take that foot out towards the side and keep that tension on that strap. So keep pulling with that right hand and letting that foot fall out towards that right hand side. Inhaling here. Exhale to stay. And slowly bring that foot back in. And then let go with that strap. Let that leg go all the way out long. Give it a little shake. And then we'll bring that left knee into the chest. And starting off by just gently squeezing it in, rocking it side to side, finding that space. And then taking that knee all the way over towards the right. A gentle twist through the spine. And then back through center. Squeezing it in. And then again, taking a hold of that strap, we'll go through the other side. So wrapping it around your foot. Again, if you just have a hand towel, that's absolutely fine. Just wrapping it around that foot, extending it up towards the ceiling, flexing the foot. So you really start to feel that opening in those calves and the back of the hamstrings. And then with those hands, just gently start to pull that leg in a little bit closer. If you want, you can walk the hands up a little bit higher at the strap, but keeping that back nice and flat on the ground. Inhaling here. As we exhale, pull that leg a little bit closer, really stretching out through the backs of the legs. And again, inhale. And exhale. And then this time, take the right hand on top of that right hip. That's just going to encourage it to stay down towards the ground and slowly start to take that foot out towards that side. Keeping that tension on that strap, keep pulling with that hand, letting that foot fall out towards that left hand side. Inhaling here. Exhale to stay. And again, inhale. And exhale. And then slowly bending into that leg, bring that foot back into center. Let that strap go out towards that side. Let the leg go out long, just give it a little shake. And then we'll bring both knees into the chest, drawing them in, a little rock side to side, rocking on that lower back. You can even draw some circles with the knees one way, and then the other way. And then when you're ready, we're going to start to rock up and down the spine. So rounding that back, rocking forwards and backwards. And take another couple of rocks before we cross over the ankles, roll over those shins and bring those hands out in front. Find our tabletop position, just walk it back a little bit so we're in the middle of that mat. And once we're there, just start to rock forwards and backwards, just warming up through those wrists. Start to turn the fingers out towards the outsides of the mat. Just a little 90 degrees, and you can rock forwards and backwards, even some circles one way. And then the other way. And then you can do another 90-degree turn, trying to get those fingers all the way to point down towards your knees. So really stretching out through those forearms. And then when you're ready, bring yourself back to that tabletop position. Fingers spread, fingertips gripping into the mat. Let's move through our cat-cows as we inhale. Drop that belly down, start to lift the chest, lift the chin. As we then exhale, round the back, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. And again, inhaling, scoop the belly down, lift the chest. Almost feeling like you want to pull those shoulders back. And then exhale, rounding through the back. One more time, inhale, drop the belly down, lift that chest. And exhale, rounding the back, press down through those hands. Bring ourselves back to our tabletop position. You can take a little wiggle side to side, stretching out through those ribs. And then from here, making sure your hands are spread out, those fingers are spread out, those hands underneath your shoulders. I want you to tuck your toes underneath. And then we're just going to press through those hands and those feet and just hover your knees off the ground. So we're finding a floating tabletop position. So I don't want your knees to be too high, but they're just an inch off the ground, keeping that core nice and engaged here. And then from here, we're going to start to take those hips all the way up and back. Find your downward facing dog. So straightening those legs, press down through those hands. And then we're going to bend back into those legs and bring yourself back to your floating tabletop. So lowering those knees, but just hovering them off the ground. And then again, taking ourselves back to our downward dog. Inhaling here. As we exhale, bring ourselves back to our floating tabletop position. Bring those knees down, squeeze that core, foot back nice and flat. And then inhale back to our downward dog. We're going to do this 2 more times. Exhale, floating tabletop. Knees lower down, keep that core nice and engaged. Inhale, downward facing dog. Last time, exhale, floating tabletop. Squeeze that belly button in. And inhale back to our downward dog. Walk through the feet this time when we get there, just drawing the heels down one at a time. Making sure those fingers are spread, really gripping into the mat. Inhaling here and exhale. And then once we're here, we're going to find our high plank position, rocking forwards. Going all the way into high plank, shoulders over the wrist, keep that core engaged. So it's kind of like our floating tabletop, but this time our legs are locked out. And then back to our downward facing dog, hips up and back. We go again, inhale, rocking forwards, high plank position, core tight, gaze forwards, exhale, downward facing dog, hips up and back. 3 more times, inhale, we rock forwards. Exhale, we take it back. Inhale, we rock forwards. Exhale, we take it back. Last time, inhale forwards. Exhale, we take it back. Just start to walk through the feet out again. Stretching out through the backs of the legs. Walk all the way through the feet, all the way up into the toes as well. And then from here, we're going to lift the right leg up. Inhaling nice and high. As we exhale, step that foot as close as we can between those hands. And again, don't worry if it stops about halfway. Just drop that back knee down, take a hold of that ankle, and we step it up nice and high. So we've got that knee above that right ankle. And then from here, keeping that back knee down, we're going to lift those arms up, find our low lunge. Press those hips forwards. Inhale, you can even take the gaze up towards the ceiling. Big breath in and out. Inhaling here again. This time as we exhale, reach those hands towards the top of the mat. And then you're going to step that back foot all the way up towards the top. So we're going to forward fold. Once we're there, we inhale, slide the hands up the shins, find a flat back. As we exhale, we fold again. Inhale, we're going to roll up to standing, bringing the arms up overhead, palms touch, gaze up. And exhale, we take a forward fold, going all the way back down. Inhale, halfway lift, find your flat back again. Exhale, plant the hands, step the right leg back. Big step all the way to the back of the mat. Drop that back knee down and we're lunging on the other side. So inhale, sweep those arms up. Gaze up if you want to. Exhale to stay. And again, inhale. And this time, exhale, bring those hands down, tuck the back toes, step back to your downward facing dog. Walking out through the feet. And then from here, we inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale to step that foot as close as we can between those hands. Drop the back knee down, and if we need to, take a hold of that ankle, shimmy it forwards. Coming back into that lunge. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Take the gaze up, press those hips forwards. As we exhale, straight away, bring those hands down. Tuck the back toes, step up to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale here, we find our halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, we roll up to standing, arms come up. And exhale, we fold again, all the way back down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, plant the hands, step the left leg back. Drop the knee down. Inhale, sweep the arms up, find that low lunge on the other side. Exhale to stay. Inhaling again, find space. Exhale, bring those hands down, tuck the back toes, step back to our downward facing dog. Just walking out through the feet. We're going to go through this just a little bit quicker, just one breath each movement. We inhale, reach the right leg up. Exhale to step that foot through, drop the back knee down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Straight away, exhale, bring those hands out in front, stepping up to the top of the mat. Inhale, we find a halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, we roll up. And exhale, go straight back down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, find that flat back. Exhale, step the right leg back. Big step, drop the back knee down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. Downward facing dog. Left foot goes up. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, we step it through. Drop that back knee down. As we inhale, sweep those arms up. As we exhale, bring those hands out in front, step up to the top of the mat. Inhaling, halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, we fold. Inhale, we roll up to standing, arms come up. And exhale, we fold again. Inhale, we halfway lift. Exhale, step that left leg back, drop the back knee down. Inhale, sweep those arms up, press those hips forwards. And exhale, bring the hands down, step back, downward facing dog. We're going to do it one more time, just building up some heat. Inhale, reach that right leg up. Exhale, step it through. Drop the knee down. Inhale, sweep the arms up, press those hips forwards. Exhale, hands reach out in front, top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, we halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, coming up to standing, arms come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold again, reaching down, squeeze that core. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, right foot step back, drop the knee down. We inhale, sweep those arms up, low lunge. And straight away, exhale, bring those hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Last side, inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale to step it through. Find your low lunge, inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, hands reach out in front, top of the mat, we forward fold. Once we're there, inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale, we fold again. Inhale, we roll all the way up, palms touch. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, find your flat back. And exhale, plant the hands, we step the left leg back. Drop the back knee down. Inhale, reach those arms up. Last time, no lunge. Exhale, hands come down, step it back. Downward facing dog. And then let's just find a little bit of stillness here in our downward facing dog. Just check in, make sure that those fingers are spread, those hands are shoulder distance apart. Feet hip distance apart. Heels drawing down, back is nice and flat. Inhaling here. Exhale to stay. And again, inhale. And exhale. Inhaling here. As we exhale, look to bend the knees, look between your hands. You can either step through or you can try a little hop through. You're going to come all the way through into seated. So take a little hop if you want. And coming all the way through into a seated position. And then from here, we're going to work a little bit into our core, everyone's favorite, I know. So we're going to find our high boat position here. So take a hold of the backs of the knees, the back of the thighs, and keep those knees squeezing together. Just roll your shoulders back and keep your back nice and flat. And already you're going to start to feel that in your core. And then you can start to bring one foot off. And then if this is okay, we bring the other foot off. But we want those shins to be parallel with the ground. So making sure that they're not like this, but those feet are kept lifting up nice and high. And if this feels super easy, then you can even start to straighten the legs. Well, for me, that takes a little bit out of that core and I end up rounding my back. So we really want to think about keeping that back nice and flat. And then you can keep the hands where they are, or you can reach them out in front, really using that core. I know I am talking through this because I want us to hold. Staying here, inhaling. Exhale, keep those knees squeezing together. Keep those shoulders rolling back. And again, inhale. And exhale. Now this time as we inhale, we're slowly going to rock all the way down into a low boat position. So keep those feet off the ground, straightening out our legs. Keep our arms down by our sides. And now we've got our back nice and flat on the back, but our shoulders are rounding. Squeeze that belly button in nice and strong through that core. Point those toes, keep those legs squeezing together. Again, we are holding this, inhaling. Exhale to hold, nice and strong. If this feels super easy, then you can even take your arms up overhead. Keep it going, inhale. And exhale. This inhale, we're going to come all the way back up into that high boat position. So squeeze those knees in, keeping that back nice and flat. And straight away, inhale, we're going to lower down, nice and slow, low boat. Keep those feet lifted. Inhale, we rise back up, drawing those knees in. And then we're going to lower back down into that dish, opening up, inhale. Exhale, squeeze it up. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale, draw those knees up. Inhale, lower back down. We're doing two more. Keep those feet lifted. Exhale, squeeze it up. Inhale, lower. Last time, exhale, squeeze it up. And inhale, lower back down. Let those feet fall. Shoulders roll down. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. And again, inhaling. And exhaling. And again, inhale. And exhale. And then from here, I want you to interlace your hands behind your head, those elbows out wide. And then you're going to already start to squeeze that core and round those shoulders, lifting those shoulders off the ground. And then start to lift the legs and bring your left knee in and take your opposite elbow, so your right elbow towards that left knee. We're going to find these bicycle crunches here. So go a little bit quicker than usual. So we take that right knee to left elbow and we're going to switch it out, take that twist. And then switch. And switch. Keep that breath going. It's really good to exhale on the twist. So inhale as we switch, exhale, twist. And again, twisting, keep this going. We're going to do 10 more. We go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those knees into the chest, give a little squeeze. Get that oxygen back into those muscles. Inhale. And exhale. And again, inhaling. And exhaling. One more time, big breath in. And out. And then like we did at the beginning of the class, we're going to start to rock up and down that spine. Keeping that back nice and round. I really want you to create lots of momentum here as we rock forwards, because we're going to rock all the way up into a standing position and see if you can challenge yourself not to use your hands. So really snap those feet in close to your hips. You can bring yourself all the way forwards into a forward fold, feet hip distance apart, little bend in those legs, and we'll just sway side to side, releasing that lower back. Shake the head, make sure there's no tension in your neck. Inhaling here, and exhale. And then from here, we're gonna roll all the way up to standing. Take your time. Rolling through the spine, head comes up last. Let's find our mountain pose. Inhale, roll those shoulders up, back and down. Arms by the sides, palms facing forwards. Strong through your arms, through that core. Inhaling here. And exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. And then from here, take your hands all the way behind your back, interlacing. And if this doesn't feel quite comfortable for your shoulders, then you do have that yoga strap, so you can take a hold of that and roll those shoulders back. But we're starting to squeeze the shoulder blades together, lifting the chest, inhaling here. As we exhale, take a forward fold, still with those hands interlaced, opening up through those shoulders. Just give your head a little bit of a shake, making sure that that neck is nice and released. Bending into those legs, so we're just focusing on those shoulders. Inhaling here. And exhale. And then from here, as we inhale, let those arms sweep all the way down by the sides, coming all the way up to standing as you bring them up overhead. Inhale. And exhale. Palms at the chest. Let's bring those feet together. Find our sun salutation A here. We'll move through them a little bit quicker than usual. We're going to inhale now, bring those arms up overhead. Exhale, take a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift that back. Exhale, clap the hands, we'll step back, high plank, this first one, strong core, inhaling. Exhale, chaturanga, halfway down, we can drop those knees down for support. Flipping onto the tops of the feet, press through those feet, lifting up into our upward facing dog. Exhale, take those hips up and back, downward facing dog. We won't stay here for too long, just take one nice big breath in. And then as we exhale, I want you to bend the knees, look between the hands. You can step, walk, or even hop the feet up to the top of the mat. As we're there, we inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. Inhaling, rolling up, arms come up, palms touch. Exhale, palms at the chest, let's go again. Inhale, bring those arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Now this time, exhale, you can step or even try hopping back, landing with bent elbows, just to protect those shoulders. Inhale, we then find that upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. Pressing down through those hands, inhaling here. As we exhale, bend the knees, look between the hands to prepare. Step, walk, or hop the feet up. We inhale, find a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, we fold. Inhaling, rolling up to standing, arms come up. Exhale, palms at the chest, one more round. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Long exhale all the way through into your chaturanga. Inhale to your back bend. And exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. Inhaling here. Straight away, exhale, let's bend the knees, look between the hands. We can step, walk, or hop the feet up. Inhale, find our halfway lift. And exhale, we fold. Inhaling, rolling all the way up. Bring those arms up overhead. And exhale, palms at the chest. Okay, from here, we're going to take a hold of our yoga strap again, or whatever we have. Working into a little bit of our leg balances. So with this, I'm going to face the front. With this, it is like what we did right at the beginning of the class when we were lying on our back. So we're going to do this now just standing on one leg. So always with our leg balances, it's always great to find that spot in front of you, something to help with your focus. So first of all, let's take the weight onto our left foot, coming onto our right toes. And then start to bring that right knee into the chest, keeping that core tight. And then we're going to take that strap and wrap it around that right foot. Now, first of all, we can either take it with both hands, or if you want to have one arm out to the side, just take a hold of it with your right hand. But start to extend that foot out in front. Inhaling here, keep that foot nice and flexed. You can either have both legs, both hands on. Keep that core nice and tight, those hips are square. Now, like we did when we were lying on our backs, we're going to take that right foot out towards that right hand side. Take it nice and slow, working with that balance, keeping that tension on that strap, so pulling with that hand. Inhaling here can really help with that left arm out towards the side, so you're working with that counterbalance. If you fall out of it, that's fine. Just take your time and bring yourself back into the pose nice and slow. It's all about keeping it nice and slow. And then when you're ready, bringing it back to center. And then we can let go with that strap and bring that foot back down. Just walk out a little bit through those feet. And then we'll go through the other side. So when you're ready, again, it's always important, nice and slow. Take it nice and slow. And if you are feeling super wobbly, that's okay. It's all right to just come next to a wall or taking a hold of something. That can be really nice, just so you can build up that strength in your foot. So first of all, let's take the weight onto our right foot, come onto those left toes, and then start to bring that left knee into the chest. And then we'll take that strap, wrap it around that foot. And again, you just hold it on with that left hand, and that right arm can go out towards the side, or both hands, both hands on one strap. But once you've got a nice grip, just start to extend that foot out in front. Keep that back nice and flat, so roll that left shoulder back. Core nice and tight. Inhaling here. Exhale to stay. And slowly now, let's take that foot out towards that left-hand side. Again, keeping that tension on that strap the whole time. Open that chest, roll that left shoulder back. Working with that balance, nice and slow with our transitions. Inhaling and exhaling. And again, inhale. And slowly now bring it back into center, let that strap go. And then walk out through those feet. So there's a lot of concentration when we do these sort of slow leg balances. So just shake out those arms, walk out through those feet. And then we'll just find our mountain pose again. So feet hip distance apart, let's roll those shoulders up, back and down, arms by the sides, pelvis tucked under. Let's take a big breath in and exhale. And again, inhaling and exhaling. And then from here, bring your feet together, toes touching, heels slightly apart. We're going to come into our chair pose now. So start to bend into those legs. Keep those knees squeezing together and just look down towards our feet. Make sure that we can see our toes. Our knees aren't coming too far forwards. We're going to lift those arms up, inhale. And then as you exhale, bring those palms at the chest, keeping in our chair pose. Core nice and tight here. We're then going to twist. Take the right elbow and take it towards the outside of that left knee. So we're twisting over towards the left. And then here we're going to press our top hand into our bottom hand to see if we can twist even more and see if you can get those hands in the middle of your chest. Roll those shoulders back, twisting through the core. And then just look down to your knees. Like I can see already that my right knee is jutting forward. So you just want to pull that right knee back, making sure your knees are squeezing together. Inhaling here. Exhale to stay. We then inhale, unravel, stand up tall, bring those arms up overhead. And then straight away, exhale, we come back down into our chair pose, palms at the chest, and we're going to twist the other way. So left elbow outside the right knee. Press down through that top hand, or press that top hand into the bottom hand, twisting through the core. And then again, let's look at those knees, making sure they're squeezing together. Inhaling here. Exhale to stay. As we inhale, we unravel, lifting up, straighten those legs, lift up. Exhale, this time take a forward fold. We inhale, find a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step or hop back through your vinyasa, taking a chaturanga. Nice and slow. Inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. Once you're there in your downward dog, we're going to inhale, lift the right leg up. As we exhale, bring that knee all the way towards your left elbow, so twisting underneath. And then from there, you're going to extend that foot out towards that left-hand side. You want to aim to get that foot in line with your hands, so quite high up, but it's okay if it's just a little bit out towards that side. And then once we're there, that back foot's going to drop, that back heel's going to drop down, so you can plant that foot on the ground. We can either stay like this, coming onto our left fingertips, or we start to lift that left arm up, finding our fallen triangle. So strong in that supporting arm, lifting up through those hips, inhaling here. Can we stay as we exhale? You can even reach that left arm up overhead, finding this nice side body stretch. Inhale. As we exhale, bring that hand down, come onto the back toes, and then take that right leg all the way up and back, three-legged dog. As we exhale, step that foot all the way towards the top of the mat. Again, shimmying that foot forwards if we need to. Coming up into our high lunge, lifting those arms up, bending into that front leg, sinking those hips down. Inhaling here. As we exhale, bring the palms together at the chest. So like we found in our chair pose, we're going to take that left elbow to the outside of that right knee. And then press that top hand into the bottom hand and try to get those hands towards the middle of your chest. So twisting through the core even more. Inhaling here. And exhale. And again, inhaling. And exhaling. From here, we're going to unravel, lifting back up into our high lunge. And then straighten that front leg, bring those hands down, find our pyramid pose. Keeping those hips nice and square, stretching out through the back of the leg. Inhaling here. And exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. We then bend into that front leg, drop that back knee down, and then untuck the toes. Now here we're going to lift our body up, and instead of us pressing our hips forwards nice and low, just take it back a little bit. So we've got this 90-degree angle with our front leg. And then from here, we're going to bring We're going to bring our hands down, just thinking then, we're going to bring our hands down in line with that front foot, and you're going to start to lift that back foot in. So squeezing that back foot in, and then reach with your right hand just behind and see if you can take a hold of that foot. Now this is why it's great to have that yoga strap, because sometimes it can be really nice to take that strap, wrap it around that back foot, and then we can hold it with that right hand and drawing that foot in this way. So finding this nice quad stretch. Inhaling here and exhale. And if this feels okay, you can have a go with coming down onto your left forearm. So still drawing that foot in, and this is why that strap's really great, because you can still feel that nice stretch through that left quad. Inhaling here and exhale. One more breath, inhale and exhale. If you're on that forearm, just bring yourself back up and then let that strap go, let that foot go. And the foot fall back down behind. We're going to plant those hands down and step all the way back to our downward facing dog. And then once we're there, just walking through the feet. And we'll go through that other side. So inhaling, lifting that left leg up. As we exhale, that knee comes towards that right elbow. So twisting underneath. And then we want to extend that foot out towards that right hand side. Again, aiming to get it up nice and high in line with your hands. But it's absolutely all right if it's a little bit low. Then we drop that back heel down so we can plant that foot down. And as we inhale, reach that right arm up towards the ceiling. Our fallen triangle, lifting those hips up. We're going to stay here. You can take that right arm up overhead and in that nice side stretch. Or if you want extra support, just bring that right hand down. So wherever we are, we inhale. Exhale to stay. And then bring that hand back down, coming onto the back toes, and take that left leg all the way up and back. Three-legged dog, inhale. As we exhale, we step that foot through, nice and strong, all the way up towards the top of the mat. Setting up for our high lunge, we rise up. Inhale, lift those arms. Exhale, bend into that front leg, sink into those hips even more. Bringing those palms at the chest, elbows out wide. Going to find that twist. So right elbow is going to come towards the outside of that knee. Bringing that body down, press through those hands. Try to get those palms in the middle of that chest. Sinking into those hips. Inhaling. Exhale, we stay. And again, inhale, twist through the core a little bit more. Exhale, we stay. Unraveling, we inhale, lift those arms, high lunge. And then straightening that front leg, we're going to fold down into our pyramid pose. Straightening that front leg, keeping those hips nice and square. As we stay folding over that leg. Inhale. And exhale. And again, inhaling. And exhaling. And then bending into that front leg, let's drop that back knee down and tuck the toes. And then again, we want to keep those hands underneath the shoulders. And then starting to lift that back foot in, drawing it in. We take that left hand and you can reach towards the back of the foot. Now, if you think it's okay and you can just take a hold of that foot and drawing it back this way, then we can do that. But sometimes it can be really nice to take that strap and wrap it around that back foot and then drawing it in this way. Drawing that foot in a little bit closer, really finding that nice stretch through that quad. And if this is okay, you can come down onto that right forearm. Inhaling and exhaling. And again, inhale. And exhale. And slowly now come back up onto that hand, release that foot. Let that strap go back out towards the side. And then we'll plant the hands and step back to our downward facing dog. Just walking out through the feet. Inhaling here. Exhale to stay. And again, inhale. And exhale. From here, we're going to inhale, lift that right leg up. As we exhale, find that fallen triangle again. So that knee comes towards the opposite elbow, twisting underneath, and then extend that foot out towards the side. Drop that back heel down. We lift up, fallen triangle, holding it for just one breath here. Inhale. As we exhale, bring that hand down, take that leg all the way up and back, three-legged dog. As we exhale, then step that foot through, coming up into our high lunge. Inhale, lift those arms. A little different this time. Exhale, we're going to come into our warrior three. So reach those arms towards the front of the room, taking that weight into that front foot. You can hop the back foot in a little bit. We're going to lean forwards, 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 so we can float that back leg up. Strong in that core, having that back foot flex, so we're really feeling like that heel is drawing towards the back of the room. Inhaling here. As we exhale, bend back into that leg, lift those arms, find our high lunge. And then as we exhale, bring those hands down, take a vinyasa, take that right leg all the way up and back. As we take a chaturanga, can we try it with that leg lifted? And then inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Other side, inhale, lift that left leg up. Exhale, fallen triangle, take that knee towards that right hand side and then extend the foot out. Drop the back heel down, we lift that right arm up. Inhaling hop here, strong through that core. Straight away, exhale, hand comes back down, take that left leg all the way up and back. Three-legged dog, inhale. Exhale, step it through. Coming up into our high lunge, strong through those legs, we lift up. Into our warrior three, take those hands forwards, reach them out, strong in your core. Take that gaze down towards the ground as we slowly float that back leg up. Again, keep that floating foot flexed. That's going to engage all the muscles in the leg, being nice and strong through your legs. Inhaling here. Straight away, exhale, bend into that standing leg. Step back, high lunge, lifting. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down. We take a vinyasa. We can keep that left leg lifted off the ground as we take a chaturanga. And then inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale. Take it back to our downward facing dog. From here, we're going to bring those knees down. Untuck the toes, find your child's pose. You can bring your arms down by your sides, just let those shoulders round. Resting those hands, those wrists, those shoulders. Inhale. And exhale. And slowly we'll roll all the way up, coming into our hero's pose. From here, inhale, stand up onto your knees. And we're going to tuck our toes underneath. That's going to lift your heels up a little higher. Make sure your knees are hip distance apart. And then from here, coming into our camel pose. So take your hands just behind your back. First of all, take that interlace behind your back. I want you to roll the shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And find the opening through your shoulders, through your chest. And then squeeze your glutes. So press your hips forward, squeeze your butt muscles. And then just start to lift the chest. So this is really similar to our camel pose. And then slowly come back up, release those hands, just give them a little shake. And then this time take them onto your lower back and draw those elbows back. So same motion, squeezing the shoulder blades together, rolling the shoulders back. And again, keeping the core nice and engaged and squeezing those glutes. Inhaling here. And then as we exhale, just slowly start to rock back a little bit. And then we'll take one hand down towards one heel. And then if this is okay, we can take the other hand down towards the other heel. You can either have both hands on or just one hand at a time. But then wherever we are, start to press those hips forward. So then you really start to find that opening through those shoulders, opening through the chest. And if this is okay, and it's all right in your neck, you can slowly let your head fall behind. Still pressing those hips forwards. Inhale. And exhale. And then to slowly come out, we take those hips back towards our heels. Keep that core tight as we bring those hands back on towards that lower back. And then bring ourselves all the way up. Untucking the toes, sit back down onto our heels. And we'll take a little bit of a twist here. So take that right hand behind, left hand on the outside of that thigh. And then switch it out. Twist it all the way around, left hand behind. And come back through center. And then from here, reach those hands back out. Tuck the toes, bring yourself back to your downward facing dog. We're going to come through into our pigeon pose here. So inhale, reach the right leg up. And then as you exhale, bring that shin all the way through behind those wrists. Flex that foot. And then lower the shin down. Drop the back knee down and tuck the toes. Now that right shin can be at any angle. Maybe that knee's pointing up towards the top of the mat, more like an arrow. Or maybe that shin is a little bit more square. But wherever we are, we want to think about those hips nice and square to the front. So we don't want to be rolling onto the outside of that right hip. If that means you want to place a block under that right hip or that right thigh, just giving yourself a little bit extra support, then that's absolutely fine. Because from here, we are going to have another little play with our yoga strap. So just take a hold of that strap. And like we found in that lunge position, we're going to have a little go and seeing if we can lift up that back foot. Now it's going to feel a little trickier here in our pigeon pose. But that's okay, maybe that foot just lifts up a little bit. So from here, if we can, you can use that strap and wrap it around that back foot. And then you can use that to pull it in a little bit closer. You can even take it over your shoulder. So this is quite a deep stretch and you're working towards, it's called king pigeon, which is where you take a hold of the strap behind your head like this and you can walk your hands down and see if you can take a hold of the foot. So it's just a little bit of playing around with the use of the yoga strap. Inhaling where we are. Again, if you don't want to lift that back foot in, that's absolutely fine. We can just stay here in our pigeon with that back foot down. So wherever we are, let's just let that strap go. Let that foot fall back behind. And then we'll plant those hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the back toes, and we'll step back to our downward facing dog. Let's walk out through the feet. Walk out those hips. And we'll go through the other side. So let's lift that left leg up. And exhale, bring that shin all the way through. Flex that left foot, making sure we're protecting that left knee. And then drop the back knee down and tuck those toes. Again, just checking in, we really want to keep those hips nice and square. So if you do want to have that block or something underneath that left hip, just for that extra support, that's fine. So if you don't want to have a go at bringing that foot in, that's absolutely fine. We can just stay here. This is such a great pose to work into our hips. But if you do, we can slowly start to bring that back foot in and using that yoga strap or whatever we have, wrapping it around that foot. It's going to be a little tricky. And then if we do have it there, we can just take a hold of that strap and bringing it over our shoulder. Just drawing that foot in a little bit closer. Inhaling wherever we are. Exhale to stay. Coming out of it whenever you want to. Making sure we're not pushing our limits too much in these deeper poses. Inhale. And exhale. And slowly now, letting that foot go if we have it. Let that strap pull back out towards the side. And then here, those hands underneath the shoulders. This time we're going to roll onto the outside of that left hip and bring those legs all the way out in front. Take your time, roll all the way onto your back and bring the knees into the chest. You can either have just your knees squeezing together or cross your right knee over your left. And then take both of your knees over towards the left-hand side. Finding this nice twist through your spine. Inhaling here. And exhale to stay. And slowly bring yourself back to center. And again, either just the knees drawing together or cross your left leg over your right as you take both knees over towards that right hand side. Twisting out through your spine. Inhale and exhale. Slowing that breath, inhale and exhale. And take your time, bring yourself all the way back to center and find our Shavasana. Let those legs go out long. Arms by the sides, palms facing up. Just letting that breath go, feeling every muscle in the body just completely melting into the ground. No more tension left in the body. Completely relaxed.